All right, welcome everybody. Um, I'm hoping everybody's hearing well. I wanted to welcome you all to today's class. We will have a fair number of live sessions, so we need to make sure that we have the capacity to contribute um, because of the nature of how this course is going to be delivered. There's going to be a lot more input from you guys than you think. I want to start by indicating to you, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to open a document that is on in the e-classroom, but it's a document that we're going to have to work with today. Um, I know most of you all have been given this class to do, or some of you all chose this class. Any word on that? People have to do this class or they chose to do this class? That's going to be an interesting question that you could answer.
I have to do this class.
Yeah.
I have to do this class as well.
All right. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So one of the first things that students usually like to find out about in this situation is, how are we assessing the class, correct? Um, do I lie?
No, you're correct.
All right. So there's a document in the e-classroom that looks like this. You all got this? Anybody downloading this?
Yeah.
Let's see, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this document actually is going to detail the activities and assessments for the class. So from this we can see a number of things. The first thing that you're going to be evaluated is based upon what I like to call chapter presentations. Meaning that for a little while, and that's the dates that you see next to my name here, I will be presenting or teaching chapters 1 to 3, of which there's some information already on the system for that. And then you guys will pick up the presentation and teaching of the class from chapter 4 onwards. So we're using a combination of 2 textbooks. Again, the textbooks are on your e-classroom. So if you navigate to the e-classroom, this is your e-classroom here. You'll see a couple of textbooks here. All right. You should download these. This is the course outline. You don't need to worry about the personality tests and interpretation just yet. You can look at the course concept map, and this is the item that we're looking at now: course schedule and assignment details. So the one that's here is exactly the same one that I have here, with a lot of blank spaces on it. So immediately it starts to tell you that the class is going to be different, because I am not going to be teaching the class, but I'm going to be assessing how you go about teaching the class in small groups. There are 10 chapters from the 2 textbooks that we have to present, and we have 21 people registered for the class thus far. We have space up to 25, so we will work with the 21 so far, and what we will do is we'll assign 2 persons to a group for now, and one group will have 3. If other people come in, then we will make some of the groups of 3 rather than 2. Okay. Now, sorry, cancel that. Just minimize this for now. So each of the different chapters. So I am going to be dealing with chapters 1 to 3, which is really the the entire first part of the textbook, which deals with the preface, the background, and all that kind of stuff, and kind of sets the tone for the entire course. And then from there, you all will start dealing with different chapters um, based upon the leadership model that we're looking at. So, understanding self is chapter 4, understanding others is chapter 5, chapter 6 from the leadership book is integrity and moral purpose. Then chapter 7 is teams and groups. And then we go to the DAF now, which is the second textbook we're using, and you're going to look at courage and moral leadership, which is similar to integrity and moral purpose, but there's a different lens that we're looking at it through because the DAF approaches it from more organizational point of view. Then chapter 9, being in communities. Chapter 8, so the order is important, being in communities, and then complex organizations. And once we finish with complex organizations, that's from the exploring leadership, we then move to a couple of chapters from the DAF to kind of wrap things up. So we're dealing with vision and strategic direction from the DAF, power and influence, and leading change closes off the presentations for the semester. Now, there are dates, meaning that each class we will have 2 presentations per class. So the class is generally going to be 3 hours. So I'm looking at each person or each small group taking possibly no more than about an hour and a half. Some chapters are long and therefore they may take a little longer to do, and some chapters are shorter and therefore they tend to be a little less. So those are the chapters that you're all going to present. This presentation counts for 30% of your final grade, and it is evaluated utilizing this marking scheme. Your content coverage, so I'm looking for the completeness of your content coverage, the use of examples and explanations and clarity of your explanations. That's going to be an important aspect that we need to be paying attention to. Hello, Valini. Samaru. Welcome.
Good afternoon, sir. Sorry for being late.
That's okay. We're recording the session, so you can always go back and check and see what's going on.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
I'm going through the first assessment for the course, and that is chapter presentations in small groups. And we're just going through all the different chapters that have to be presented. And,
okay, no problem.
The way in which we're going to be looking at is, as I said, 60% is going to be looking at your the content coverage of the chapter and how well you've been able to explain the information. And of course, I'm looking for the use of a conclusion as well. So introductions and conclusions are going to be important. And we're going to be looking also at your style of delivery, the quality and degree of class interaction. So that actually brings us to the rest of the class. Although you are listening, more than likely people will probably be asking you questions, and I would hope you all respond and help them. Or else, do so, though, like so. So when it comes to your turn to present, understand what I'm talking about. All right. Use of presentation aids and time management. And as with anything, there's a certain amount of marks for 15% for citation. So even though you're presenting, there's still the need for citation. A lot of this stuff will come from the textbook itself. You're not going to deviate too much. But in order to kind of make your point, you might want to use some pictures, illustrations, or models or diagrams that will help to bring a more visual approach to the concepts and ideas that you're going to be presenting. Some of the ideas and some of the chapters are very cerebral, and therefore they can be a little monotonous, but it's something that you want to be looking at. Of course, I'm also going to be looking at time management, but time management kind of varies because, as I said before, some chapters are more are shorter, and other chapters are a little more dense. in terms of their content. So like the first three chapters are very dense with information. Um, so if you go on to the the e-classroom, I've already put up um, three presentations here for chapters 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3, and they're pretty dense. Those presentations are fairly long. I would recommend that you go through them by yourselves. Take some time and do it. It is this one, for example, is a recording that I did, um, that you can look at, and it's a roughly, how long is it? So roughly about an hour and a half, hour and 20, hour and 40 minutes, right? And that's just chapter 1 and the preface, and a little bit of the course description and stuff like that. Things for you to be looking at, so you could go through that and work with it. I Instead of doing that with these, so I just left them as PowerPoints for you to download into your and kind of just go through them on your own. I didn't do any voiceovers on it because it makes the file a bit big, because the file's already kind of big. And again, that's due to the fact that the content in those chapters are pretty dense. They put a lot of information into those chapters because it kind of lays the foundation for the model that we're going to be looking at. All right, so with that being said, any questions so far about the group presentation or the chapter presentation?
Yes, sir. Do you have the groups posted yet?
No, that's part of what we're going to be doing today, is organizing groups.
Okay.
Okay, so before we go choosing groups, let's go through the next assessment. So the next assessment that we're going to be doing is a debate. It's a class debate, and there's a date for it set up already. The date is the 25th of January. So this debate actually closes our semester off, because you know that the semester stops during we stop for Christmas, and then we restart the semester from the 2nd of January. You all know that, right? You all are familiar with the
We do now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
now. What does that mean? So you all didn't download the academic calendar?
No.
Nope.
Righty then. Well, if we look at it here, the college will close from Christmas to January the 2nd, and we start back, and then the semester continues until January the 30th. We have examinations between the 30th, the 31st, and the 13th of February, and then I have to put in grades by the 20th. Okay? So, my camera is on, okay? Okay. Right, so now you know. And we have Diwali on the 4th of November. What day is the 4th of November? That's a Tuesday. Okay, that doesn't affect you. It affects a different class. All right. All right, so that, let me take it back to this. So I am seeing that the 25th of January should be our last teaching week. All right, so you'll be taking part in your debate exercise there. And in the debate exercise, we are going to debate 2 of these 3 topics here. And of course, everybody is familiar with how a debate is run, right? Some person debates for, and another set of people will debate against. So this will be larger groups operating. This way we get everybody getting an opportunity to participate in the debate. Now, the way I set up the debate is that the debate is going to be run with 3 teams. One team that moderates, one team that argues against, one team that argues for. But we will leave the arrangements for the dates, for the debates for further down. And of course, this carries a weight of 15%. to your final grade. Now, we don't have a midterm exam, but what we do have is after we finish doing all the chapters, which is after the 7th of December. So we should be finished. Now, this date here it can be a little flexible depending upon what happens. So, like, I know we gotta have a little flexibility because of how things can go a little awry sometimes with people's lives, basically. So, I'm anticipating that the midterm reflection exercise will take place the week of the 20th of December to the 9th of January. So it's going to be involve part of your break for Christmas during that period where you will get a couple of questions that will ask you specific things to reflect upon from the content that you would have done in the chapters. And it's reflection based for you to reflect on the content specifically. And you would submit that to the e-classroom as a cited piece of work that you would submit to the class. But because the way the questions are going to be set up, the questions are going to be set up in such a way that it's going to ask you really to look at your personal experience with the concepts that we're going to pull to do the reflections on. Now, so for anybody querying that so it's 4 compulsory short response questions completed as individual assignments that are submitted over the course of the semester break. In this case here. All right. So I'm giving you a little beyond the semester break to submit it, just in case Christmas is hectic and whatnot. Give you a little time to work around it. But it means that from the time we get to the end of the presentations, I will open the midterm reflection, so you could actually start to work at it earlier in December. Excuse me. So far so good. Any questions on that? Nope. That's clear?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay.
So far so good. That then brings us to assessment 4 for 20 marks. This is a self-analysis. You are going to sit down and write a short but not too brief history of yourself. What you're trying to do is you're trying to reflect upon who you are and how you've arrived at the person you are today. These questions that are listed here from 1 to 6 are designed for you to utilize them to try to develop, to help you guide you through the process of trying to understand yourself a little more. And that goes with the chapter that you saw before, understanding self and understanding others. So that if you understand yourself more, then you're going to be able to probably put some of these things that we're talking about here into effect. Are making sense? Any questions on this? This assignment is going to be due on the 13th of February. All right, so you could actually get started writing this from now. It's kind of going to be your little masterpiece of yourself. I expect that you will have limited citation taking place here because really and truly, unless you're going to quote a whole set of other, if you are going to do things like that, like use quotes from different authors and stuff, then you obviously have to cite the sources. But if you're writing about yourself, really, you can't cite that, so to speak, because you're writing about you. All right, unless you're using other sources of data to support your life. I don't know how that will work though. All right, so see the questions that say what.
Sorry to interrupt. Quick question: can you repeat the due date for that analysis assessment for?
February the 13th.
Thank you.
It's on the document. February 13th next year. Okay, so you have time to start working on these things. Huh? So I expect that I will get good self-analysis. I wouldn't get rushed things. To be honest with you, the more serious you take these exercises, the more you would benefit from the nature of what this course is all about. This course is not about learning some regurgitating information. It's really, hold on. Hello? Hello? Can trending sounds identify who they are, please? Trending sounds has left the meeting. Okay. Okay. Yes. So reflect on how you have become who you are and compose a brief but well organized autobiography. So, have any of you all ever done that before?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So, you've never written a book about you as the star boy or the star girl in a movie? Don't you dream
Nah.
of yourself in that light? When you look at films, don't you view yourself as identify with some character in the film? Who do you identify with in a film or book? And don't all rush to answer now.
Sir, I had to write
I'm a mother, so I
report.
identify with mothers.
Yeah, well, there you go. Because why would you identify with mothers?
Because I'm a mother.
Right. So things that are similar, um, that you can attach yourself to and see yourself with is how you make the connection. Somebody else was making a comment. I don't know who it was.
Me, sir. I had
Me
to
is
write Alyssa.
all right.
I had to write a report on how the practicum that we had to do affected me, like from my point of view, and how it impacted me and made me grow as a person. So that was a little reflection.
So how did you feel writing that up?
Weird,
Why?
because normally before we had to journal about the work itself that we had to do, and then to actually sit down and break it down and how it furthered me as a student was not something I expected to do.
All right. Well, you're gonna get
But
a
it was
lot.
good. It was good.
I hope so. Anybody here keeps a diary?
No.
I keep a video diary.
A what? Sorry.
A video diary.
Right. Of it. I wanted to give people in doing this self-analysis. I was wondering if I could have offered people an opportunity to do a video production for themselves, but I know that is going to be a lot more work. In terms of your own self-analysis. I'll get to your courses and stuff like that, but it sounds like you're working in graphic arts. The person with the video diary.
Oh, no, sir, I have nothing to do with graphic arts.
Okay. Because a lot of people do their self-reflections in a kind of public place now. Amy De Freitas. Hello, Miss De Freitas. Hello. Did she come in? Okay, I'll check that back just now. All right, so you're getting an idea about what you're going to be writing about here. This is going to be specifically about you and how you think events and people in your past and even in your current situation are influencing you and affecting you at this point in time. Um, Sometimes it might be an event, and a lot of times, unfortunately, it tends to be negative things or sad things that might happen to us that help to shape our lives and that kind of stuff. So the questions are given a bit of a marking scheme here. So each of the questions that you answer, including in the introduction and conclusion, we try to assign marks for in terms of the completeness of your response more than anything else. If it's kind of half-hearted responses and you're just kind of going through the motions, then that's the way the marks will go. But generally, people do this fairly well. And then I'm going to be looking at your language, um, your language usage. So looking at your grammar, punctuation, that kind of stuff. How you organize the document that you submit, the font, the spacing, title page, page numbers, content page. And as I said before, citation is not going to be very necessary, but it would be if you decide to use external sources of data to write your own story. If that's the case, then you're going to have to do citation. But again, you could talk to me and I'll let you know what's what. This self-assessment or self-analysis is a 20% exercise. As I said, it's due at the end of the semester on the 13th of February. You're free to submit it before if you finish it before, if you think you finished with it. And that then brings us to assessment 5, which is reflections and leadership action. All right, a leadership action plan. So what we're asking you to do here is to do some specific reflection on the course itself. So question 1 is something that you should do today at some point in time, maybe as the class ends or when you get a little time tomorrow or later to answer this first question so that you can start working on your reflection and leadership action plan. Now, basically what you want to do is to reflect upon what you think this course is about, what you expect the course to be about, what you expect your lecturer to do, and what you expect yourself, basically. And then, of course, you're going to put that away, store it somewhere, and at the end of the course, you're going to reflect. You're going to go back to that initial reflection that you did at this point, and then look and see whether or not it's changed, whether what you expected your expectations have been met or not met, that kind of stuff. So I would recommend that before the next class you try and write up this a response to this first question, and then kind of save it and store it somewhere so that you can get back to it to be able to come back to it as part of this exercise here. Now, you really can't start writing this until we've more or less completed the content in the class so that you could start to evaluate the other questions in terms of what you've learned about yourself in relation to leadership capacity, strengths and weaknesses, that kind of stuff. So you look at the nature of the questions, you realize that you have to wait a bit before you start responding to the other questions to be able to do a full reflection, because it's reflecting on very specific things, and well, not specific, but very broad concepts coming out of the leadership program that we're going to be looking at here. All right. So far, you all understand this one? Yes, everybody. This is
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
15% of
Yes,
your
sir.
final. All right. And again, it's based on the questions that I think we assigned some marks. That there's an introduction and conclusion. So even though there are specific questions, you should write an introduction, overall, and conclusion to the document. And of course, some marks for use of language, document organization, and citation if necessary. So And that's it. That's all of the assessments for this course. You notice there's no exam. It's just a lot of you writing about you. Is it
Thank
really?
God.
Some people hate this stuff. And then we have a debate here on some topics that will come out of the course that we'll be going to be looking at. Leaders are born, not made. Men make better leaders than women. And transformational leaders are more effective than transactional leaders. So those kind of things we're going to be dealing with. And then, of course, your chapter evaluation, your chapter teaching, which is the first assessment across the board. Any questions on the assessments? And these are the deadlines that I've set up. I'm kind of cutting it close with your self-assessment and leadership plan because I have until the 20th of February to read all of that stuff, mark it, and submit grades. So it means that between the 13th of February to the 20th of February, I have a lot of reading to do. But it means if you can get it done before, all right? So all of this stuff should be finished well before. So you'll know what your scores are going in. And what I will do with the presentation is the day that you do the presentation, after you've finished, I will give you your score for the presentations one time. So you'll know exactly where you stand in that 30% exercise. That sounds good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? All right. Well, if it's not good, then I won't tell you anything. All right. So that being said, what I would like you guys to do, there are a couple of things actually I want you all to do. Let me just stop presenting for a bit and see who came in the meantime. Was there anybody else who came in the class? I'm seeing we're at 21 now. Amy the Freitas is here. Hi, Amy. Can you speak?
Guys,
I can barely hear you.
could you hear me now?
A little better, but it needs to come up a bit.
Oh,
Hello?
yes. Hello.
Hi, I think you need to move your microphone a little closer to your mouth.
Oh,
All right. Just checking to see. So you got my message today?
yeah.
Because you joined the class kind of late. I'd sent out invitations to this meeting on Monday or Tuesday, I think. Yesterday I sent it out. Anybody else came in? Onella? Hi, Onella. Onella, can you speak? I guess she's having problems. Now, the reason why I'm asking you all to speak is because I need you to speak up. All right, you're working on it? Okay. So the reason why I would like you guys to, who here would be willing to set up a WhatsApp chat group for the class? All right, Alyssa, Miss Aman, how do we do it? Do we give you our phone numbers?
Yes, if everyone wants to send it in the chat right now, I can add it one time.
Did you get my number?
Yes, it's on the e-classroom, right?
Well, it's in the course outline as well.
Yeah, I have that pulled up, so I'll
Right, so you can
add
add me.
one time.
Isn't there a way for you to kind of post a link and everybody can then join the thing? Somebody did that yesterday in one of my other classes.
I
When
can
they set up the
try.
group, there's a link, and then you post the link to the If you post a link to me, I can copy it from, because I have WhatsApp on my computer. I can copy it across to the chat, and then everybody could get the link. Check that out and see. It might be faster.
Okay.
You have to set up the group, and then it generates a link and something along those lines. All right, you all think you all want to choose chapters now, or you all want to find out a little more about each other before we start choosing chapters? Let me know.
Say it one more time, sir.
Sorry? I was
Please say it one
saying,
more time.
I was saying, do you want to choose chapters for presentations, or would you like to find out a little more about who are the other people in class before you go about doing that? Choosing chapters.
So I think we can wait a little bit.
You can.
Yes, sir, I agree.
I'm not sure what I'm agreeing to.
That we can wait to choose the chapters until after.
No, we can't. We have to choose chapters today. But I
No,
just want
sir.
to
I
know.
mean, she said we could wait until we find out about each other, whatever that
All
is,
right.
sir.
So, okay. So then, let's start the ball rolling. I'm gonna leave Alyssa for a minute because I know she's probably trying to work on this WhatsApp group for us. So let's see if she gets the link going. If she doesn't get the link going, then we'll have to start posting in the chat the. All right. So I have Amanda Suberu. So there's an order, so I'm gonna kind of call based on the order of the people here. Amanda.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Amanda. What program do you do?
MLT.
Sorry.
MLT.
All
Medical
right.
lab.
Medical lab technician.
Yeah.
And how far into your program are you?
I'm currently doing the BSc.
But how far in? Where are you? Like first year, last year, final year? Where?
Um, almost like I just have a few more courses to do, not much.
So you're almost like a final year
Yeah.
student,
Yeah, almost.
and you were given this class to do, or you had a choice between this and something else.
I had a choice between this and something else.
What was the other something else?
Um, I believe it was entrepreneurship or something like that.
Fundamentals of entrepreneurship.
Yeah,
So why did you choose this class then?
I didn't get through the other course.
So you're here by default. Oh, very good, very good. All right. So this is not your first choice. This is good to know. All right. Well, that being said, so are you working or are you a full-time student?
I'm a full-time student and I work as well full-time.
How is that possible?
I work shifts, so I have a roster to work around.
Uh-huh. You by chance you working for government services?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
This is why consequences get a bad rep here. All right, Amanda. Anything? Can you tell us something interesting about yourself that you'd like to share with us?
No.
No. All right. Jamel has into the chat. I don't know if you all could look at it. A link to our WhatsApp group. Jamal, what's all that about? That's to set up the WhatsApp chat.
Yeah, I did it.
You did it. Oh well.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was trying this whole time to figure out how to do it. I'm not the most technologically advanced.
Well, how did you do it?
Well, what you had to do was create a group first. So you add anybody from your contact, somebody that wouldn't mind getting added to a group. So you add them, then you remove them, and then you just go in options and they'll have how you want to add your contacts, and you go by link.
All right. Okay. So I need to click on this. How do I do this now?
Just click on your link.
With my. All right. Seven people in it already. All right. So I want you to do me a favor, Jamal. Change the name from just leadership and ethics and add CRN, the CRN for this class. That's CRN 10588. And you need to share some other administrators with you. Yeah, CRN 10558. That makes sense? Yep, other people are clicking and joining. That's good. All right. This is much faster than people sharing numbers and whatnot. But I do have one girl who can I copy this now? She's not here, but she gave me yeah. Oh, that's right. All right. So Amanda, coming back to you, I was asking about something interesting about you. Besides the fact that you work full time and come to school full time.
I'm a mother of two.
That's nothing special. That's it.
That's the most special thing about my life.
Huh?
That is the most special thing about my life.
Well, that's relative. Huh? How many other mothers are there? I mean, I'm not a mother, so I can't see it. So, right. I'll ease you up. But all right. So, Alyssa, you want to try telling us stuff about you? What program are you from?
Sure, I'm currently doing advertising and promotions. I'm in my final year, and I also work because I had to. Actually, I wasn't supposed to do this class, but I had a clash, I think. Oh, no. I chose this class this semester, yeah. Sorry. But it does seem like an interesting class. Mainly in my other semesters, it's been focused on advertising courses, and I think this is the first semester I don't have an advertising course.
All right. That'd be a great deal. Do you work in the industry?
Yes, I have a part-time job with Lonsdale, Saatchi and Saatchi. So I actually have work for them to do after this class.
You're a copywriter?
No, content creator.
Oh, okay.
From social media or some of their brands.
Oh, so it's online elements.
Yeah, I don't actually have to go in.
A lot of well, that's nice that you can work from home, right?
Yeah, it started off with the internship through Costat, and then after I finished, they offered me the same position that I was working on for the internship.
Good stuff. That meant you did good. You did well. You worked well. That's good. Well, Lonsdale is one of those leaders in the field, so
definitely
good place for you to start your journey in advertising. Did you always want to do advertising?
No, I wanted to be a chef for about 10 years, and I switched after I did Form 6 because I like cooking as a hobby and not to stress me out.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess, yeah, if you look at Hell's Kitchen and stuff like that, wouldn't want to be cooking for people like that.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a nice, interesting thing about Alyssa. So even though you don't cook anymore, professionally, you're still
Mhm.
interested again in learning some culinary arts, right?
Yes, mainly on the dessert side. So much better.
You're a sugarholic.
Yeah, kind of.
I know. All right. Okay, so we did Alyssa. Thank you, Alyssa and Amanda.
Thank you.
What about Amy? Amy de Freitas.
Hi, I'm doing graphic design. I'm in my final year doing 3 courses, but doing 2 this semester because one not available this semester. So
All right.
yeah,
So that's how you ended up with this class.
yeah.
All right. Do you work in the field that you study?
No, but I am working full time, and I'm a full time student as well.
I dread to ask where do you work?
In long circular mall.
Retail trade.
Yeah,
Okay. Are they functional these days?
yeah,
Kinda.
yeah, kinda.
Kinda. All right. Because I know the malls were kind of questionable for opening up. No.
Yeah, this business just slow these days.
Yeah, I know. Physical businesses, but online businesses seem to be doing a fair amount of business. All right. Anything interesting that you'd like to share with us?
Um, I have 3 cats
You have three cats
and a puppy.
and a puppy. Did the cats take advantage of the puppy?
No, the puppy takes advantage of the cats.
What kind of cats are that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Cats should be beating that puppy senseless. All right. What was the name of your cats?
Stalin, Lucy, and Chai.
Okay. Stalin. Is it after Black Stalin or Joseph Stalin?
Joseph Stalin.
Okay then. Wouldn't want to ask about that too much. Interesting, Amy. Thank you very much. What about Brittany Bell? Hi, Brittany. See you turn the mic on, but I'm not hearing you. Hello. Hi, Brittany. Okay. Um, See if you could kind of fix that and get back to us now. Christian.
Yeah.
Hi, Christian. What program are you doing?
IT,
Which IT course?
bachelor's,
Yeah,
general,
but which
general one.
general IT? Okay.
Yeah.
And where are you in it? Final year?
With how COVID going, I'd say like second or third year, either one of those.
What? You're not sure?
Not right now.
All right. And so, why are you doing this course?
Honestly, I just chose from the core courses, and I just selected this one because I saw it was 3 credits.
All right. Yeah, instead of all those
Yeah.
one credit versions. Okay. Anything of interest you'd like to share with us? And now I know you were in one of my other classes, right?
Yeah, it was intro
Economic.
to economics last
Yeah.
semester.
Okay. You got a good grade?
Yeah, I did.
You did? All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what you can do this time around.
No problem.
You want to share anything of interest with us?
Um, Anything interesting? I really think of one right now, to be honest.
All right. Well, there are many things that might be of interest that you'll see. All right.
Yeah.
Donald Walcott. Oh, well, sorry, let me just check with Brittany first. Brittany, you're getting your audio to work? Hi, Brittany. You just muted. Brittany's left.
Hello, sir. Yeah, na?
Hi, Brittany. Now
I
we hear
log
you.
on. I log on to another device. Like that one might not working.
All right, cool. Thank you for joining us. What program are you doing?
I'm doing an associate degree in business administration. Sorry.
And where are you in terms of completion? First year, second
I'm
year?
on my third year, but I'm doing it part time, so it might take a while.
It generally takes about 3 to 4 years part time, depending upon your completion rate. All right. So you chose this class where this is one that you have to do. It's one of your required courses, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So do you work?
I do work full time.
All right. Would you mind sharing where you work?
Subway.
Subway, fine.
Yeah.
Service oriented jobs. Those are some of the hardest ones. You're on shift or you have relatively stable shifts.
It's 6 days a week now, the way how it is with COVID. So I work in 6 days a week.
And you must be exhausted because that's on your feet all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll try to see if we can help you. Are you a parent as well?
No.
At least, well, okay. At least you don't have that.
Yeah.
Anything of interest you'd like to share with us? Something strange and wonderful about yourself.
Um, I'm very introvert. I'm introverted, but as a hard worker, so I'm looking forward to working with everyone.
Okay, you're doing quite well for an introvert, speaking out the way you are.
Thanks.
That's good. Means you're coming out of your shell. All right, Brittany. Thank you for switching devices and organizing. That was really good.
Yeah.
All right, Donald Walcott.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. What program are you coming to us from?
I am MGPS, Management for Productive Services.
Okay. And well, I know Donald because I'm his advisor. But Donald, you're in your final year, correct?
Yep. Extension to the final year.
All right. Yeah. Well, with COVID, things got extended all over the place.
Yeah.
But this is it for you. This is your not already.
No, I've
I think you still have one other course that's not offered this semester that you have to get.
Yeah, the counseling.
All right. Okay. Well.
Yeah, but once that's completed, that'll be it.
Okay. So you're gonna notice this class is general population.
Well, I prefer the general population and the regular status quo that I was in.
All right. Good. So Donald, you're willing to share with the class where you work?
Yeah, there seem to be a lot of youths, so I can say that. I only hope none of them have any relatives where I work. I remember the chair at the regular prison service for over 23 years service, but presently I'm on vacation.
Well, you're kind of on study leave, right?
No, on vacation.
On vacation.
The actual study leave was completed recently.
Oh, right. That's true.
What they do, they send us on vacation after.
Okay. Yeah, because you'll accumulate a lot of vacation during that period as well.
Yeah. So right now, I'm not going back out to work until about May, June next year.
All right. Well, hopefully you'll be able to finish up and get things done by that time.
Yeah, God's willing.
That will work nicely. So what rank are you? Would you be willing to share that with the guys?
I am the equivalent as police sergeant. What we call a prison officer too is equivalent as sergeant of rank.
All right. So just for the information of the rest of the guys in class, the MGPS program is the Management and Protective Services. That's where the Ministry of National Security sends people from National Security to get management training so that they can move up the ranks and start to take on more administrative roles within the service. It's utilized for promotion within the service as well. So they actually have to be selected by the service to come through the program. So it's quite a it's usually quite an honor to come into the program, but it's hard work. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, coming from an environment where you're accustomed just talking most of the day. To have to come back to a classroom setting and writing and sitting down, it kinda tricky to adjust.
Well, this one has a balance. You have a fair amount of writing, and you're gonna have a fair amount of speaking as well. All right.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So you're gonna have a lot of sharing in this class, a lot of talking. I'm gonna eventually have to shut up, and you all are gonna have to take the ball and run with it. All right. So Miss Romine, Efisha Romine.
Hi, sir.
Hello, Miss. What program you
Uh,
in?
Business administration.
Uh huh.
I'm on my second year.
And why are you doing this class? I know you
Because
have
I
to
have
do it.
to.
Yeah, but why so quickly?
That's what my advisor told me to do. He just gave me all these, so I said, okay.
All right. And you're a full time student?
Yeah.
You work or you're home?
Home.
Parasite. I'm sorry. All right. Anything you want to share with us of interests?
No.
All
I'm not
right.
that interested, and I doubt the rest of people here care about me, so.
You'll be surprised. I'm quite certain that other people, we are our own worst enemies, and we always sell ourselves short.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Same.
Javon cares.
Same here, sir. I care.
Right. See?
I do also.
There you go. Yes. Yes. They do. They care. They want to know about you. So tell them something about yourself.
Um, I'm 19. I got two puppies. I have a parrot named Cinco. I have a squirrel named Lily.
You have a
Um,
squirrel.
yeah.
Oh, Lord. That's
Um,
like that's something like abuse.
no, she's happy. She's happy.
Okay. Does she live on the end of a chain?
No, she's in a big cage outside,
Uh-huh.
so she's fine. She
A
gets
big
plenty love.
a big cage, right?
Yeah.
That sounds like freedom.
She was a rescue, so I think she's
Okay.
much happy here.
All right, all right. I can understand the rescue. So she was injured or something and you all looked after her.
Yeah.
All right. But that's nice of you. But
Mhm.
where I come from, we shoot those things.
So are you telling me about a cage? Are
Yeah,
you
they
killing
really
them?
should be running around in the forest where they could get shot.
No. Mm-mm.
All right. Sorry. I'm just teasing you. All right, Jamal. Jamal, you still here?
Yeah,
Mr.
so can you hear me?
Emmanuel. Yes, I'm hearing you now. I just lost you there for a moment.
Oh,
Yes, Jamal.
hi. In my final year, doing my BSc in Internet Technology.
Internet technology, okay. And of course, this is one of the you don't have a choice in this. You kind of had to do this course.
Actually, no. I was given this course on my lecture. I could have dropped it if I wanted to.
Okay. So what's stopping you from dropping it?
It had a final exam.
All right, guys, just give me a second. Let me see who's calling me here. Guys, give me 1 second. I need to just hand my phone over to somebody. Christy? Chris? All right, sorry about that. Right, Jamal, we were talking about your situation. Anything of interest that you do, Jamal?
Not really.
You know, you IT guys tend to get involved in a lot of stuff. Are you a gamer? Let me ask you that.
Yes and no.
Or what does that mean?
I don't really play game as often to really call myself a gamer. It's more of a leisure thing. I do more coding, hiking, stuff like that.
Those are interesting because the picture that you have here, you look like you're in a wetsuit in a pool of some sort.
That is Touré water steps.
Right. See, that sounds interesting. Where is that?
Uh, somewhere up north.
Okay, that's good. Okay, that sounds good. Interesting. See, and that's an interesting thing that you're into all those outdoor activities. A lot of IT specialist people tend to be more bogged down by into coding and stuff like that, and they tend to ignore that element. So that's interesting that you do that. All
Yeah,
right,
to
thanks
find
a
a
lot, Javon.
balance. No problem.
All right. Okay, Javon Manswell.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Javon. What program are you doing?
Bachelor's degree in accounting.
All right, and where are you in it in terms of completion?
So this is about my third year, I think.
All right, so you're near completion then.
That's I as yet.
All right. So I know from that program, this is one of the courses you have to do.
Yeah.
So anything you want to share with the class of interest to everybody?
So I want pet dog, sir. She name is Blue.
But what kind of dog is she?
A pit bull.
Ooh. You have insurance?
No, sir.
All right.
I said that's safe, don't worry.
Well, that's what they say until they kind of lose it. Well,
Nah, that dog safe. That dog trained.
Bulls are kind of misunderstood animals, but they are very loyal though. That's one thing.
Yes, sir, my dog loving.
Yeah, but they can become upset if somebody threatens you.
Yes, and if somebody coming in my yard, that is it.
Well, so you got to make sure that your yard is well sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's the problem. In fact, any dog, it could be a patong or a pompek. If your animal attacks somebody and bites them, you are responsible, and your dog could get put down as a result of that. All right, Javon. That's all.
Yes, sir.
All right. Archer Royer. I think it's Joel.
Yes, it's Joelle.
It looks like Joella though.
It's pronounced like the boy's name. Well, Chinese say the
That's
boy's name,
fine.
but
I
it's
understand
French. It's
Joel.
pronounced Joelle.
Yeah, it sounds nice. It's spelled nice.
Thank you.
So, what program are you doing?
I'm doing a BA in business management entrepreneurship.
Okay.
It's my first year, but I did an associate degree in journalism and public relations before, so I hope some credits will be transferred to this.
Yeah, you should get some transfer credits. Who's your advisor?
I'm hoping so. Heather Dawn.
Oh, the head of department. All right. Well,
yeah,
that's good. All right. So you're kind of getting thrown into this class, I think, to be able to finish off the associate's part of the bachelor's degree.
Yes.
Because you're doing a second degree, that means you're not gate funded anymore.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, that's a rough thing. So it means that you're paying for all of these classes.
Yes, I am.
So we can't
I can't mess up.
A mockery of what's happening here.
No,
you have to make
definitely
sure
not.
All right, good. So do you work? Are you employed?
Yes, I work in HR for NCRG. I'm at Cuba Hospital right now.
Okay. How's that?
It's okay. It's quiet for now. I don't get plenty action because I'm in HR.
Well, true.
When COVID just started, though, there were a lot of doctors. Well, not really doctors, but a lot of nurses that would come to us real crying and stuff when they were losing patients. But I guess, I mean, it's not something to get used to, but I think they've gotten used to it now, so we don't get much
They,
of
they
that
built
anymore.
up, unfortunately, you build up tolerance after a while, and you kind of know.
Yeah,
Well, because we seem to
sadly.
be losing more people now than then. Back then was just a few people, but it was, I guess, the shock of the whole situation.
Yeah,
But we
correct.
seem to be losing more people, and we seem to be losing a lot of vaccinated people too. Came
Yeah.
across a situation today where somebody did the Johnson and Johnson. Two guys went to do the Johnson and Johnson. One guy died, and the other guy can't move his left side.
Oh,
That
okay.
kind of information does not bode well for vaccination. I don't know. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Anything, something more joyful that you could talk about?
I don't think I'm a very interesting person, but when I tell people this, they are shocked. I have over 20 something siblings.
You have what?
Over 20 something siblings. 22 I last count.
How you, what? Your father
I guess my father
this
loves
this
kids.
is with the same see, Christians kind of like what? Christian, you can
Yes,
open
my
your mind
father's
here.
kids.
Is it with siblings with the same parents or different
No,
different
it's
combination of
just
parents?
four with it's yeah, just four with my mother and all belong to my father.
Yeah, but your father is with this all the same woman or different woman?
Oh no, definitely not the same woman. A
Oh,
lot of
okay.
different women.
No, because
Yeah.
my that's something you kind of hear from back in my father's days because my grandfather actually, I should say my father has his father had 18 children with one wife. She died, and then he
Wow.
had 21 more with another wife. So I have so much uncles and aunts. I don't know them. I don't know everybody in my father's
That's
side.
crazy.
Yeah, well, but that's what you telling me here now. How much you have?
22 that I know of.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, fine.
Yeah.
I probably have more. You, I mean, you had to be ready. You had to do DNA testing to decide to get married and have a relationship.
Oh, definitely. I always ask a lot of questions when I meet someone new.
That's very interesting, girl. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
And you seem to have impressed Christian. All right, thank you very
Glad
much.
to. Not a problem.
All right, Karima Antoine.
Hi, sir.
Hi, what program are you doing?
I'm doing my associates in business administration. I'm in my
Uh-huh.
last year.
Final year, great. So you're
Yeah.
wrapping up. Are you
Thank
working
God.
anywhere?
Pardon?
Are you working anywhere?
Yes, I do. I work in the Office of the Prime Minister, Gender and Child Affairs.
Okay.
That's so good. I'm proud of you.
Rennie?
Thank you.
Rennie, you work there too?
Nah, sir, I have my own business.
All right,
But
we'll get to you. Get to,
I work more with the homes, so like St. Jude's and those kind of stuff.
all right. That's interesting. Like, do you find it fulfilling to work with that? It's sometimes kind of heartbreaking to be working around those kind of situations.
I mean, it is interesting. I get to see it from a different perspective than the public, so
Right.
it's interesting.
It's more of a like an administrative kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's interesting. So, how many courses you doing this semester? Three or
5.
so you're doing a full time load while working full time?
Yes. The last semester I did 6, so it's nothing new for me.
Okay, super student. You see how
I
this works
wish.
out. Do you get to leave work early or something, or what you all?
Not really because most times by the security there's like a scanner, so you have
Right.
to scan your face when you're entering and when you're leaving. So They just automatically give us like put any time you leave and time you arrive.
Right, there's this bioscanning. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. All right, Miss Antoine, very interesting. Okay, Latifa Raghunath Singh.
Yeah, hi sir.
Hello.
I'm doing my degree in management and entrepreneurship, and I'm on my second year.
Second year. All right.
Yeah.
Are you working anywhere?
No, I just do like seasonal jobs only because we online, so I just be able to juggle it.
All right. So technically, you're a full-time student then.
Yeah, I am.
All right. What kind of online jobs do you do?
Like customer service.
Any particular company or
Well,
organization?
yeah, I go. Them just take seasonal, so I just mainly go for them because it's like last 1 or 2 months, so I
Oh,
could deal with school still.
all right. So special promotions kind of stuff then.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Sounds interesting. Anything more of interest about you?
Um, Not really. Not really.
All right. Unala, have you been able to get your audio to work?
Hi, sir.
Hi, Unala. Can you pronounce your surname, please?
Terul.
Terul? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to try it because I would have made a mess of that. Terul. So tell me about your name. Where does that come from? It looks
It's French.
all right. How do you end up with a surname like that? I've never come across anybody with that name before.
From what I heard, great grandfather was from France.
All right. So you realize in your self analysis, the origin of your name
Yeah.
might be an interesting thing to write about.
Yeah.
All right, Onella, where do you work? I mean, sorry, what program are you studying?
BSc in MLT.
MLT. So that we have two MLT people here. All right, and where are you in terms of your completion of your program?
Supposed to be last semester.
Right. You finish your what do you call that thing? You'll have to do an internship stuff.
Yeah, that was part of the associates. You
All
have to
right.
finish of the associates before you can move on to the BSc.
Okay. So now you finish what? So why did you choose this course, or was it that you had to do this course?
Well, it was between this course and entrepreneurship. So I asked around previous students who did the courses to make a decision, and I just decided to do this one.
Okay. No idea that you might want to set up your own business, right? So entrepreneurship is not a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have those ideas and skills already.
All right. Well, I mean, you could always come back and do the entrepreneurship course as a short course kind of thing and get the concepts and ideas from it. So it's not too bad. Anything of interest that you'd like to share with us?
Um, I have a pet tortoise that is spoiled.
A pet tortoise?
Yep.
A Morocco you're talking about?
Yeah.
What's his name? Speedy?
No, it's a she, Pauline.
How do you know it's a she though?
Because of the length of the tail.
Oh, that's how that determines it? The length of the tail?
Yeah, I did the research and I carry her by the better time and they told me it was a female.
Okay, so the length of the tail, but it's shorter or longer if it's a female?
Shorter.
Okay. I learned something. Thank you very much. But
No
only with
problem.
is only with tortoises or turtles and other um, that type of species have similar things, or
Repeat what I said?
is it only with turtles that that's the case, or other
Well,
other
with
those?
the, well, with the tail?
Yeah,
I think with the rabbits as well, it's difficult to figure out male or female when they are small.
that's true. Yeah, I used to have rabbits.
Because we have one and we
You
thought
know,
it was a male and then we realized it was a female.
okay.
after 5 years.
Well, there are no male rabbits around, right?
No,
Okay, well, what do you intend to do with that female rabbit?
nothing.
They eat well, huh?
A lot.
All right, my dear. Thanks for sharing that. Rebecca,
Okay.
Hi, sir.
Rebecca, it's Hippolyte, right?
Yeah,
All right. What program are you doing?
an associate in business administration.
How far into the program are you?
Second year, full time.
So you kind of almost done that.
Yeah.
All right. Do you work or full time? Well, you're full time, but do you still work?
No, home.
So you're okay. Anything of interest you'd like to share with us?
Not really. I don't really have nothing interesting.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Remember, Miss Romaine said she wasn't interested in other people. She had a lot of interesting things. All right. So I'm not going to force you to share things, but it'd be nice if you could. All right. Renee Marie Paul.
Hi, sir.
Hi, Renee. So what program are you doing?
I'm doing my associates in graphic design currently.
Uh-huh. And where are you in terms of completion?
This should be my last year. I have 2 more courses after this semester.
Okay. And you said you have your own business. What business is that?
That. um. Let's just say I sell brownies.
Say that again. You're falling off the microphone.
I sell brownies.
Special brownies?
Yes, very special brownies.
Hmm. Well, it's legal now, I guess. So,
Exactly. So I'm not ashamed.
well, no,
You could visit it out.
that makes sense. I mean, but if your demand grows, then you might have to stock too much. You get into some problems with that.
I mean, it depends. Well, currently, right now, I live in Tobago, so that's why it's easier to manage.
Okay, you're kind of far from the from the authorities. Do you grow, do you grow your own stock or do you buy stock?
No, sir, I'm not that deep into it. I just sell the brownies.
You just sell the brownies.
Yeah, you could visit the page. Let me type it in the chat. Hold on.
All right.
Visit that page, and you would see what.
You remember there's a police officer in the class, huh?
Oh, that's great. He could buy some too.
Yeah, you get him fired. And you have everybody cracking. All right, ready.
I'm happy.
Thank
I
you.
have people happy. You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Well, you're not going anywhere yet. You still have things
Nah, I
to do.
just muted back my microphone. Sorry.
All right, Samantha Ragunanan Singh. Am I
Hi,
getting?
sir.
Did I
Yeah,
say
you
that?
said it correct.
All right.
Surprised me because everyone pronounces it as Raghunan Singh, so that's good.
Well, I'm seeing the Nanan. That's why.
Yeah.
In, in the spelling.
I'm
All right,
doing
so
an
what program are you doing?
associate's in business admin. I'm in my second year, and I'm a full-time student. And I
Okay.
don't work anywhere, so I'm just home.
So does that mean that there's nothing interesting about you?
I have a lot of cats, like 11, but they were strays and they started living here, so now we have to take care of them because we can't throw them away.
All right. So you mean the cats adopted you then? That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
guess they just chose a owner and said they'll live here. So
Well, I don't know if our friend here would agree, but cats are very Amy, right? Cats are kind of independent and they kind of tend to be a little more You have to work harder with cats. Let's put it that way. Cats are very. I've always
So
found
not
they
these. I have like four of them to sleep in my dad's room on the bed. So I don't know.
right. That's what I mean. Their own way. They want
Yeah,
things their way, and that's
yeah.
it. Whose cat is today's your cat's birthday, Rennie? Tell the cat happy birthday.
Yes.
I hope you did not give her special brownies, right?
No.
Because you'll kill the cat.
I wish I could have showed you all a picture of him. He's so cute.
Well, there's an opportunity when you're presenting and stuff. You could do that. All right, Sam. Anything else? All right, Mr. Wolfer. So Sam, anything else you want to tell us besides 11 cats? Did you get them spayed?
Some.
Yeah,
Working on it.
yeah, they're kind of hard to get a hold of, right?
Yeah. Well, no, they're tame. That's the thing. They're stray cats, but they're actually really tame. And
Well, they're not feral. That's which is what you have to be careful about. It means
hmm
that they're willing to allow you to play with them and that kind of stuff. But if you take them to a vet, it might cause a problem. But for you to control those numbers, you need to make sure you get them spayed or neutered.
yeah.
All right,
But I
Sam.
don't have anything else, so that's it.
All right, now that's interesting. Cats I've always found a kind of a interesting thing. Shakila Cook.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, Shakila.
Um, I am a full-time student and I'm in the field of management and entrepreneurship.
Okay.
This is my second year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, second year. So yeah.
Are you full time?
Yeah, I am.
Now, I have to ask this question. Are you full time and working or full time?
Oh no, I'm unemployed.
Okay.
Just turned 18 recently too, so that's why.
Oh, you're a little baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever worked before?
Um, Not really. Like I would help out selling in a shop, but that's not really full employment
What do you
to
mean
me.
help out? What do you do in the shop?
Like my aunt has a shop, so like I would sell at times, but that's basically about it.
What kind of shop? It's not a brownie shop, right?
Oh no, it's like a normal in your neighborhood how it have the little parlors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that, not a brownie shop.
Maybe you could do a brownie line. Who knows?
Nah, I don't wanna.
Maybe you could do
No,
some
no,
special
that's not my field.
Hey, in this day and age, you're looking for opportunities. Huh? All
True.
right. Anything else you want to share about yourself with us?
Um, Honestly, no, I'm a basic person, if I must say. So yeah.
Okay. So that's it. Just a
Yeah.
basic person.
Yeah.
All right. Shakira. All right. Stefan Mansing.
So,
Hi.
doing BBA in management and entrepreneurship, and this is my second year.
Second year.
Yeah.
All right. So you're required to do this course. Are you working?
No, sir.
So you're full time as well.
Yeah.
All right. Anything of interest you'd like to share with the class?
I used to be a pretty good MMA fighter, and I like Greek mythology.
Sorry, come back again. A pretty good what?
Fighter, MMA.
Fighter. Okay.
Yeah.
MMA.
Yeah.
That's cute. How long ago was that?
I used to train for about 8 years, but I stopped.
Okay. Did you do tournaments or you just
Nah,
train?
just used to train with somebody, a professional trainer, but just for myself. It used to help me take my mind off certain things, so it was calming in a sense for me.
All right. So you're a dangerous person. We have to register you as
Not really.
illegal weapon.
Not really.
Somebody making a comment here, local one. local Colin McGregor. That sounds interesting. All right. Thank you very much, Stefan. That was interesting. Valini Samaru.
Yes, sir. Hi, sir.
Hi, Valini. You sound familiar. Did I meet you before?
I don't think so, sir.
Okay. So what program are you doing?
I'm currently doing my bachelor's in occupational safety and health.
Okay. We have somebody
Mhm.
from occupational health, another one, my Monday's class.
Okay.
Um, how far are you in it? Because I know that course is only part time.
Yes, I am part-time. I'm supposed to be finished by the end of next year, but I have a lot of courses still, so my advisor is trying to get me to finish in time. So,
I think part of the problem with your program is that almost all your lecturers are part time lecturers only
mhm.
because they all work in the field. Um, just out of curiosity, why did you choose occupational safety and health as a field of study?
Well, at first, at the time when I decided to do it, I was having a lot of trouble choosing what I wanted to do, and a lot of people told me about it. It seemed interesting, and when I decided to sign up for classes and whatnot, I didn't get through with the one that I wanted to do, which was environmental studies. So I went with my second choice, which was that.
So
But
you,
so
you
far,
want
it's
go
sorry.
ahead. So far, it's good.
So far, yeah, so far it's been good. It's really interesting. I think of it as a way to help people,
It
even
is.
though I'm not like a doctor or a police officer or things like that. I'm still helping to keep them safe while they're at work.
That's quite true, and a lot of people actually uh, there's a great deal of ignorance in the workplace about the relative danger of workplace environments.
That is true because with some of my assignments I've had to take it into work and get things done, and you can tell how much a lot of workers don't know about, well, the whole aspect of health and safety.
Oh yeah, and employers love to keep their employees in the dark about it too, because the less they know, the less pressure they get on them to get things
Yes.
done right.
Definitely.
Where do you work?
I work in HR at the Ministry of Education.
Okay, but not in an OSH related thing.
No, not yet. I'm hoping to when I'm done with the degree, but I'm holding on to what I have right now.
Yeah, well, given the situation and times we're in, I guess any job is a good job to just hold on to right now.
That's right.
Okay, anything of interest you'd like to share with us about yourself?
Um, Nothing really. It's mainly been school, work, and home for me. And when I actually decided I wanted to venture out, COVID came and happened. So I'm still just home, school, and work.
Oh my god. How old are you? Just out of curiosity, you don't have to answer this if you want to. How old are you? You sound very young.
I'm 24. I'm going to be 25 in a few months.
Yeah, you sound young. Yes, okay.
Thanks.
How long
I'll take
you
that as a compliment.
how long you working with it's Ministry of Education, you said? HR division?
Hmm. Yes.
How long you working on that?
I started in 2019, but I used to work before too.
Through the OJT program?
I did OJT and I also did contract before. I've been working since I was 18.
Lucky you. Some
It
people
was something I wanted to do, although a lot of people discouraged me from it. I wanted to start working and whatnot. So I work full time and study part time.
well, the OSH is only part time. Now that we go online, that I guess it makes it a bit easier to sort of get a lot of practical courses. I
Yes,
believe.
it's true.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Have a good evening, everybody.
Well, you ain't going anywhere yet, so hold on, selector. All right?
I know, but I'm still muted. We're moving on.
No, you're going to be talking still. Wahida
Okay.
Prasad.
Hi.
Yes, Wahida.
Um, okay, my major, I'm doing a bachelor's degree in business management and entrepreneurship. Um, I guess you could say I'm in my third year. I had taken a leave of absence and I had withdrew from the classes during the COVID. Um, so, I started back last semester, now this semester. Um, so classes are part-time. I'm an accounts clerk at Samuel Seaperside Hardware. That's in Marlborough.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Are you relation to C Prasad?
sorry.
Are you related to Mr. C Prasad?
Yes, I am.
Nepotism.
um, extended family. You can say I actually didn't even know I was related to him until recently, until my dad assisted in me getting the position that I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah. In terms of what's interesting about me, I really don't know what to say. I work, I'm home, I spend as much time as I can with my family members. I am married. My husband is an entrepreneur, so I assist him.
What kind
Yeah,
of business is he in?
they do well. It's both him and his dad. They are into retail, snacks, drinks. Yeah.
So they do retail distribution.
Yes.
Okay. That's a lot of paperwork for that. So
Yeah.
you doing what degree you doing? The accounting degree?
Management and entrepreneurship.
Okay, kind of. All right.
Well, yeah, it's basically admin. Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
Admin.
they
Yeah.
add the business admin area. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a lot of accounting elements with it, bookkeeping.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay. So nothing. You have any children yet?
No, I am. No, I don't have any children.
Okay. No, I was just wondering because.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually very young.
What? Just out of curiosity, what part of Trinidad are you in?
I live Freeport.
All right, because you're getting a bit of a variation in your signal.
Oh,
Signal.
okay.
All right. Okay, and I think that's it in terms unless anybody else came in the class while. All right, so now you all kind of know each other a little bit. If we go back to the chapters, because I want to assign you all to chapters. Well, no, I don't want to assign you all to chapters. I want you all to choose chapters. So I'll start presenting again, and that way you'll bring up the I'll bring up the chapters, and you can start to. You're seeing it.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
can't see you
sir.
all to get this kind of this thing out kind of big, right? Is it large enough for you all? So I want you all to start thinking about who you're willing to work with. So right now we have a situation where we need a maximum of 2 people per chapter or per presentation and I would say chapter 10 would be the one where we will look at or presentation 10 will be the one where we will be dealing with 3 people. As I said, if we have 21 people in class now, and there's one person who's absent tonight. So far I have everybody here, and I told her that I will assign her to a group. So you guys will get the ability to choose your groups, whereas unfortunately she may very well just end up down in the final chapter, which is the 7th of December. So how do you all want to go about assigning yourselves to these chapters? Is there anybody you want to work with from what you're listening to? You all need to talk to each other. I can't make these decisions for you. I am not putting you in groups. You all have to make your own choices.
But sir, there might be people that we want to work with, but they may not want to work with us.
Well, message them and find out if they want to work with you. All right, so I'm going to allow you all to have a chat among yourselves. I'm going to step away to give you all a little privacy. I'm going to leave this up. All right? And I'm going to step away and allow you all the opportunity to chat with each other. Feel free and see who wants to do what and keep a note of who's doing what. So by the time I'm going to step away, and when you all come back, because I want to go put my cup in the sink and wash it and that kind of stuff, let me turn off my camera while I'm away, actually. So you all can focus on the presentations. Make this
So
smaller.
how many presentations are there?
10.
I was now about to ask you to make it smaller so we can see all.
Yeah, there are 10 presentations. And can you see the
Thank you.
chapter headings? Is it you all can picture a
Yes.
little bit, right?
Yes.
All right. And of course this is downloadable off the e-classroom as well. You could grab it on your own if you want. All right, so we're gonna give you all a little bit of time. I'm gonna put my cup in the thing and stretch my legs a little bit and come back. All right. I expect to hear lots of talking.
I want to do power and influence. I call it.
I like teams and groups.
Should we message it so we have a kind of record of what everyone wants to do?
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, let's see. Chapter 1 is being done by Sir, so it's from 4 to 15. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10. I'm confused.
I think it's either chapters or presentation. The presentations are from 1 to 10, the chapters are from 1 to 15.
Yeah, but it's weird to skip. But yeah.
Samantha, I now saw your message, but I saw other people pick chapter 4, so I don't know. I don't mind working with you, but I don't know what chapter you want to do.
Well, if it's anything, we can do chapter 5.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Am I reading wrong, or are there 2 chapter 6s? Under presentation 3 and 5.
I think you probably made a
I think
mistake.
one is
No, you're not
courage
reading
and
wrong.
one.
Okay, the one that I wanted to do was integrity and moral purpose. Did that clash with what anybody else wanted to do?
I think we gotta start from the top again to see who doing what.
Yeah, maybe we should label it presentation, whatever, because that one is more clear.
Yeah, I agree. We should choose by presentation.
Okay, so I don't mind.
Is anybody doing presentation 5?
Not sure yet. Everybody just send back your options by presentation, and then we could figure out from
I
there.
saw that I'm in a group with 3, so if I could change, that's not a problem. I don't mind doing presentation 3.
Right, I find you all quiet. What does that mean?
We're
Tyler, check the
typing,
group.
sir. We got a little
Check the
So
chat.
we're in the chat.
by the chapters, so now we're picking by presentation.
All right, so
But
you
we're
want
still
me
having
to?
clashes.
Can I get the names of the people who are taking presentation one? Or you all still working on?
There's no fight for presentation one, so I mean, I think that's Christian and Amy.
All right. Who is it? Christian and who?
Amy.
All right.
And the rest we don't know yet.
The rest we don't know yet. Okay. Christian and Amy. What is Amy's surname?
De Freitas.
De Freitas, right? You see, because I have your names here by surname first, it makes it a little challenging.
Okay, because they have a lot of people in presentation 3, I don't mind doing 5 with either Jamal or Wahida. I don't know who first who.
We can go, Alyssa.
Okay.
I had actually asked for 5, but somebody put me on 3.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah.
Somebody
Twice.
put you on 3?
On 3.
All right. So who's taking presentation 2?
So right
I'm
now
just
we
trying
have
to figure out who's doing what right now. Just making a list as I go along.
Making a list.
Sir, I'm trying to keep up.
Making a list of who's naughty and nice.
Yes, sir. If you check the chat right now, you see how we're trying to decide. Like everyone
Oh,
kind
I
of
see.
gave what we want to do.
Okay. All right.
Ooh, no one's in 6 for real. Or 10.
I would like to be in presentation, either presentation 6 or 7.
Once you put
If
one
possible.
that's what here. 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jamal and I are 5.
Okay, so I'm seeing that Donald Walcott, he's willing to be in presentation 6 with me. So
Okay, cool. I'm typing it out in your WhatsApp chat too one time.
Oh, that's good. But I wanna what I wanna do is I wanna PDF this document when we finish it and put it back. Change the one that's on the e-classroom, so
Okay.
that we can people can download it again. All right. So chapter 2 we're looking at sorry, not chapter 2, but presentation 2 we're looking at who? Wahida, you were with who? Mr. Walcott and yourself, right?
yes, sir.
Wahida, what's your surname?
Passad.
All right. So it's you, and that's chapter
6. Well, presentation 6. That will be chapter 9.
Chapter 9, being in communities.
Yes, sir.
Right. And that'll be you and Donald.
Correct.
Mr. Walcott. I should say Sergeant Walcott. All right. So we have 2 presentations. What about, so nobody else wants to do understanding others?
Yes, me and
So I don't have anyone on my list called me. Who's me?
Samantha and I think Karima.
Okay, so Samantha's surname is
Raghunanan Singh.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And who was the other person?
But on Karima. But there's also I'm seeing
Karima
on the
Antoine?
chat there's seeing Rebecca and Ornella as well.
Well, you'll have to let me know, you know.
So presentation 5 is Jamal and Alyssa.
Presentation 5, Jamel. Jamel's surname is
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. All right, Jamal. Presentation 5, that's courage and moral leadership.
Correct.
It's Jamal and who?
Alyssa, Amon.
All right. Gotcha. All right. Moving along. What else? Who else we have here?
So for presentation 9, Javon and Ifisha.
Javon
And
Manswell.
yeah.
Presentation 9, power and influence.
Yeah.
I heard before I stepped out, um, somebody yelling, "I wanted to know who was that?"
Me.
So who is it? Manzolan and
Ifisha.
Rumin.
Yeah.
All right.
They have an agreement for presentation 4 as well.
For presentation 4, teams and groups.
Brittany Bell.
Brittany
And Delaney.
and who?
Villini, sir.
It's Valini Samaru.
Yes.
Okay. All righty then. Okay, so all right, so we have chapter 3, sorry, presentation 3, 7, 8. Oh, by the way, I have a phone number for the Amy Rajnath. Emmanuel, you want the phone number so that you can add it to the WhatsApp chat?
Yes, anything.
Yeah, because she's the one who has no internet at home today. And she
You're
can't.
gonna type it in the chat or you're gonna call it out?
I'm gonna call it out here. It's 3645548.
What is her name?
Amy Rajnath.
All right, sir.
She may want to change that number because she's getting her own phone, but it's a phone that she shares with her mom right now.
Okay, so no problem.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else? So I actually have Amy on the presentation 10. She's the first person on presentation 10 because I told her already I'm gonna assign her to a group so we could let her know in the chat as well that she's been assigned to presentation 10. So who are the other people looking at leading change to wrap up the presentations for the semester on the 7th of December? So what about Miss Hippolyte and Cook and
Sir, Shakila speaking here. Shakila Cook. I would be doing presentation 3 with Natifa.
what's the first name?
Oh gosh, just now.
Rajnath Singh.
Sorry.
Rajnath Singh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Just a question. Anybody on the call right now missing from the WhatsApp group?
I don't know any. Is there anybody missing from the WhatsApp group? You should have, with me in it, you should have a total of 22 people.
Yeah, there are 22 people there.
You just added. Have you given other people? Right, so you gave a few other people admin rights. Well, actually, looks like you gave everybody.
Everybody get added with the link got admin rights because I was on it at the moment.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right, that's good. All right, so we still have. All right, so we have presentations 1, 2, 3, 1 to 6 sorted out. We have 7, 8, and 10 to sort out. So, Miss Joelle, nothing.
So I wanted to do presentation 7.
Who's I? You need to identify your name.
Rebecca Hippolyte.
Hippolyte. All right. So you're the first person in 7.
Yeah.
All right. Who's joining you? But then we have 8 as well. And of course, we have 2 for 10 to get as well.
So I'll do 8.
Who's that?
Amanda Sabero.
Sabero. Copy. So you're the first person in 8. All right. So there are hangers on who are not saying anything. So
Sir
Paul,
Joel, hey, I wanted to do presentation 5 or 9, but they both have 2 people in them already.
well, 5 was courage and moral leadership. 9 was power and influence. You don't want to try change or vision and strategic direction with Mr. Bro.
Sir, I think Stefan and I were on 8.
Who?
Stefan and I in the group.
Stefan.
Is in the chat.
It's in the chat. What? Okay, I can't see the chat on top of everything else. Hey, Stefan and Renee. How come you all didn't say it before though?
They were constantly typing, so I thought you were seeing it from there.
I can't monitor everything simultaneously. So Miss Subaru, would you try? Would you, Miss not Subaru, Miss?
I'll try 10.
Sorry.
Nah.
10.
All right. So this is Mr. Barrow speaking, right?
Yes.
All right. So you go to 10.
Yeah.
And the other 2 will go to. All right. So the people who wanted we still need one more person for 10.
So I will take number 10 as well.
Persons I'm seeing in the chat for 8. Stefan. Stefan Mansing. And Renee Paul, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's the drug lord and the. Right, so who's joining Miss Hippolyte? In 7. 7, we have Rebecca Loon so far.
So you could put me with number 10.
All right, who's that?
Anala.
Nella. And so you closing off 10, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that means there's one person that hasn't been assigned. Who's that?
Me, Sir Joel.
All right. So that means that puts you into 7 automatically. Presentation 7.
Okay, no problem.
That's what Miss Hippolyte.
Okay, sure.
Joel. Archer. All right. Just want to do something here for my own edification. All right, so Miss Aman, what presentation are you?
5.
5. Miss Antoine.
Presentation 2, I believe.
2. Right. Archer is 7. Del 4. Amy De Freitas is presentation 1. Emmanuel, presentation 5. Hippolyte, 7. Cook, 3. Smith, 1. Mansing. 8. Manswell. 9. Paul, 8. Assad, 6. Ragnath Singh, 3. Raghunanan Singh, 2. Rajnath is 10. Romain is 9. Samaru, 4. Subaru is 10. Ornella, pronounce your surname again.
Terun.
Terun. I'll eventually get it. But anyway, you are 10 as well. And Mr. Walcott is 6. Okay. So it looks like everybody's. So what will happen is this, guys. If we get, because registration is still open, so we may get a few more people up to 25 from from presentation 6 to 9. If another person comes in, I'll automatically, well, not automatically, I'll ask them to choose between 6, 7, 8, or 9 to get 3 people into that, because those chapters from the draft are a bit lengthy, and the being in communities is also a little bit lengthy too. So this is what your presentations look like right now in terms of the all right, everybody's okay where they are?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? All right, well done, guys. Um, interestingly, when you're doing teams and groups, you guys will actually be. Did any of you guys do the first year experience class?
Yes, sir, I did it.
Right. So you're gonna do some duplication there. Who's this, by the way?
Shakila.
Sheila.
Cook.
Cook.
Yeah.
Most of the newer students would have done that because I only started last year. All right. So now that we've so what I'll do with this, I'll PDF this document, and I better wait a little bit and see if anybody else registers, because based upon this, um, our drop ends on the 24th of October, which is well into the next 2 weeks. So we might have people leaving and dropping. Anybody thinking they may drop the class at all? No?
No, sir.
No.
When they're looking
No,
like they want to
sir.
stay. All right. Okay, so everybody's fairly clear. Oh, just let me turn on my camera. Everybody's okay with the setup for the semester. You kind of understand what you're doing. For those of you who don't particularly like reading, I will say that in the of the textbooks that are on the Exploring Leadership text is available on YouTube as an audio text. Not all the chapters, but a lot of the earlier chapters are available on YouTube. So for those of you who might want to, what you could do is, if you have data on your phone or you're at home, you could go to the chapter and play it and kind of listen to it. And then what you're going to find is that in order to be able to present, you're going to have to read the text more than once, obviously. Now remember, the guideline here that I can give to you when you're doing your presentations is that think about looking at teaching the rest of the class what the content of the chapter is. That's basically my guidelines for you for that for your presentations. Look at it as a teaching exercise that you're going to be explaining what the chapter is about, what its main components or the content is about, and basically trying to break it down so that people would be able to understand the concepts in it. And some of the concepts are, as I said, straightforward. Some of the concepts are a little complex. A lot of the concepts are going to be based on a lot of psychology and sociology. So, how many people here did Psych and Soc as courses?
I did a psych course last semester. Alyssa.
So I did a sociology course last semester.
I did a psych course like 2 years ago.
Right. So some of the stuff that's gonna that we're gonna be looking at will come up there as well. All right. Because the the theory. So I don't want to get into the content yet. Well, I'll leave content for next week. So it means that, guys, we have a lot of face-to-face sessions. So I'm gonna record the sessions so that for people who missed it, they can always come back to it and look at it online in class. So you realize this session is still recording all the way through. All right. All right. Now at this point in time, I wanna. It's a bit early. We've kind of gotten through a lot of this stuff. Anybody has any questions you want to ask for clarification or for whatever other purpose you have on any of the assignments or anything that you're not too clear on, especially anybody who came in a bit late, um, if they want to ask anything.
Sir,
Yes.
with presenting, do you prefer, like, do we have to have our cameras on?
No.
Okay.
Um, I can't. I can't predict what your circumstances are. I can turn on my camera because I have a quiet space that I have available to work in with a sort of green screen behind me so I can project stuff behind. Although you'd see something coming up behind my head a lot. That's the kind of stuff that I have on the thing. But the concept is I can't make people turn on their cameras because I am not certain what circumstances you're working under. So I'm not going to insist on that. I know some lecturers do, but I find it relatively unfair. But you would need to make sure that on the days that you are presenting, that you find yourself in an environment where at least when you're speaking, it's relatively quiet. I know that can be a challenge as well. So we will roll with things as much as we can. Let's put it that way. All right. Any other questions or things that you want clarified?
Thank you, sir.
All right, Alyssa, no problem. Anybody else? I'd encourage you all to, yes, Valini.
Yes, well, I was late, so I missed the earlier parts of what the assignment would have been. In terms of the presentation, is it what simply a PowerPoint presentation that we're
Well,
doing?
a PowerPoint would be utilized as one of the tools and that you would utilize for your presentation. But remember, a presentation is not a PowerPoint. The presentation is you and your team member. The
Mm-hmm.
PowerPoint is a tool that you'd use to help to present the information that you want to present to the class.
Right, right. So I understand we'll be explaining it as we go, but I just wanted to clarify that.
So with these chapters, you can kind of get away with presenting in the context of here because everybody's going to be relatively close to their laptops or whatever device they're using. So you could afford to put more words on the screen that you might do if it's projecting. There's a difference there. Simply because the whole idea of you're not supposed to really put too many words on a slide and that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, some of the content that you're going to be dealing with, you might not be able to reduce it to these bullet points.
Right, right.
So you want to but you still want to pay attention to that. So that's why you might find that, like some of my presentations, I have a lot of slides, and it's because it's just so dense with information that I don't want to put everything and too much things on one slide, so I have to spread it out a bit. All right, that's how you end up with so many slides. What I would recommend for you also for next week, Valini, is there anything else you want to ask before I go on to?
No, sir. That's it. You go ahead. Thanks.
All right. Okay, what I would recommend, even though the one online doesn't have the dates for the group, so I should say the groupings, the you can still download it and have a look at it. I will, as I said, I'll PDF this document later on as we get closer to the the add drop date, kind of when we kind of more firm about how many people in class and we don't have to reassign. I don't want to be PDFing the document too often. What I was thinking of is putting that there on the e-classroom for you guys to be able to download and make sure you know what dates you're doing what. But at least at this point in time, I guess everybody's aware of the date for their presentation so far. At least presentations 1 and 2, right?
Yes.
You all took note of the dates. All right. So presentations 1 and 2 Your presentations don't start until November. I'm gonna be presenting for the next 3 classes. So what I'd like you guys to do is to go to the e-classroom, download the the presentations, and kind of go through them one by one, so that when we get together, I wouldn't really be spending too much time presenting the content, but we'll be able to engage in a discussion about the content. All right. I put in a lot of details so that you don't actually need to go and read the textbook. It'd be nice if you can, but if you go through the presentation, the PowerPoint, then you'll be able to kind of look at things, and we could engage in a discussion. So it wouldn't be tedious for you to come to a class and have a discussion. Does that make sense, guys? Would you at least try to go through the material before we meet? I can't force you all and make you all do it. I'm just encouraging you all to do it. Sounds feasible? All right, so some feedback here would be useful.
Yes, sir, it's
Yes,
feasible.
sir. Yeah.
Good
Yes,
idea,
sir.
good idea.
Yeah. So it's always a good idea to be able to, kind of you go through it. So that way, when you go through it, and well, what does this mean and what? So you can ask questions that will lead me into being able to give you more clarity in the ideas that the textbook is trying to provide for us. In essence, what we're looking at, guys, is a modeler or a leadership model that is a bit contentious. So there's some things that you're going to want to question, and there's some things that you may want to ask why bother with some of these things. So we're not here to get yes men. What we're here is to look at a model, evaluate it, and see its usefulness to us in the wider environment. Okay. All right. Anybody else has any other questions they want to ask?
Yes, sir. One more thing, please.
Yes,
We started at 5:30 today, but are we regularly going from 5 to 8?
5:30 I think would be better, because especially for people who are coming from work.
Okay, and the presentations then would be more 5:30 to
Same time
8:30.
frame, 5:30 to 8:30.
Okay.
All right, same 3 hour spread. But as I said, some chapters may go faster than others. Understand? And if they do, that means we will end earlier. Like I'm looking to wrap up right now. I'm seeing us not needing to go beyond 8 o'clock. That sounds feasible.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right. So as I said, depending upon the chapters that are being presented, like I know the chapters I have to deal with, chapters 1 to 3, those are long. It's the first half of the book. But the first 2 chapters is actually like the backbone of the entire thing, and then the other chapters are elements of it that's going to come up. All right. So those tend to be a little things.
So Biso,
yes, no.
Do you have a length, a word count for any of the written assignments?
No. There's no word count, for the simple reason that we want to encourage you to explore and not feel bogged down by having a word limit. There's no upper limit then. It can be as long as you want it to be. I want to try and encourage you all to write as freely as you would like about the concept. The other thing that I have to let you know is that whatever you write about, because of the nature of the content that you're writing about, is going to be highly personal, and therefore I'm going to let you know that all your documentation is going to be strictly confidential. In fact, as soon as the class is finished, I'm just going to leave, because you're going to be uploading it to the e-classroom. Once I download it, eventually I'll delete everything off the e-classroom, so it doesn't stay there for it to be accessible by anybody else, because I need to protect the confidentiality of the information, because I hope that you all speak about things that matter to you, and you don't just what's the word I want to be? I want some depth, because at the end of the day, what you're doing really in this course is you are evaluating yourself. You are examining yourself, utilizing some critical lenses. And if you really pay attention to the exercises and you follow them through, they are likely to be useful for you for your own edification and understanding of who you are and why you behave the way you do. As I said, we're going to be looking at applying a lot of psychological techniques and stuff in this course. Because the nature of the program, that the model that we're looking at is going to rely heavily on psychology and sociology. All right. So that's a good question, Donald. There's no upper limit to the any of the assignments. It makes it a little difficult for me, but don't worry. Um, and trust me, your lives are not as uninteresting as you think they are. Um, Trust me. Everybody has a lot of stuff that's happened to you, and it's all unique to you. It's not going to be anything is not going to be the same. It's just a matter of thinking and reflecting and writing about it, and being honest to yourself. I mean, I would not know if you're lying, but if there's a when you read something, you can actually tell if somebody's really telling fibs or not, because the way in which they express it, the way in which they write it, it kind of indicates, well, it doesn't kind of, it does indicate what is real and what is imagined, kind of things like that. So I'm hoping you guys will take advantage of the opportunity to kind of explore yourselves a lot. A lot of people find this course difficult because it requires so much self-reflection and self-examination. Um, in fact, in teaching practice, we've found that the exercise of reflecting is challenging to most people, but probably has the most rewards um, for it. So this, as I said, this class is not about you regurgitating theory and content. It's about, well, okay, that's what the theory says. That's what the model says. But what does it mean to me? How does it affect me? How does it impact me? And what can I take from this model to help shape a better me? I hope you're gonna be able to get to that point and look at it from that perspective at the end of the day. Sounds interesting, challenging. I don't know. You tell me. How you all feel about some of this? So again, feedback is a useful thing.
Sounds good, sir.
All right. Well, I want.
Interesting.
Yeah. Remember, you have the first assignment that you have to work on tonight, after we finish, or tomorrow before the next class, is in evaluation 5, the reflection and leadership action plan. Go and answer question 1. Again, there's no limitation to the length of it, but you are writing your expectations. You're writing up something about your expectations. And I would say, save the file and set it up as your reflection and leadership response for that question. And that way you can always have your reflection there. So that when you start to answer the second question and the others, you can just simply add the stuff to it. All right. And again, creativity, and you could include, like, if you're doing your own life story, you could include images and photos and something that you might feel proud and happy to look at yourself, and share with others in your family about you. I've found that some people who, especially married people or people in significant relationships, they can use their self-analysis to to share it with other people if they feel comfortable, um, so that they can get a better understanding of who you are, especially if you have a significant other, spouse, or those kind of things. All right? Sounds like a plan. It's a brave thing to share that with somebody who's close to you. Just letting you know that. Especially if you actually do the reflections true to nature, and write it from a realistic point of view. Can be a little challenging, and it could be scary too. But you're going to be doing a lot of that this semester in this class. I hope you are encouraged and not put off by it. As I said,
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Sure.
That reflection and leadership action plan, is it in a form of an essay?
It's in a form of however you want to do it. Again, how do you think
Okay,
you want
thank
to
you.
reflect it? How would you like to write it?
Well, I've been jotting down some bullet points as we go along, so it's something along those lines.
Yeah, you could do it bullet points, and you develop them. Remember, at the end of the day, the documents that you're going to create are going to be uh, an expression of who you are as an individual. All right. I'm not going to say I'm not going to put any limitations on it. As I said, you are free to do the assignment the way you would like it done. That makes sense?
Okay, sure, no
There's
problem.
just some kind of standards that you can use, like once it starts to get very long, if it gets very long, put some page numbers and stuff like that, so I know kind of like how long it is and that kind of stuff. As I said, look at your grammar and your sentence structure and that kind of stuff. The regular stuff that you want to pay attention to. But in terms of what it looks like, if you want to put covers on it with special designs and that kind of stuff, whatever creativity you want to use in the documents, feel free, because it's your documents. It's an expression of who you are, and you want the document to reflect that element of the uniqueness of yourselves in the assignment. All right. So that answers the question, Joel.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, if there are no questions, first off, let me stop the recording.